Hey, everybody. Scott here. Streaming consciousness of poker time. We're on the Texas Hold'em game panel of the World Series of Poker. So again, it's SSCOP on WSOP. I'm really excited you're joining me. We're going to go in with 4.5 million in chips. And by the way, based on the last episode, I had, I guess, about 4.5 billion in chips. Now I've got about 5 billion, 29 million in chips. So I got a lot of chips to spend with you guys. I've been having a good streak going. I don't come on every day. I think it'd bore you, but when I decide to talk about the streaming consciousness, I get right in. So let's get right into it. I'm going to sip my coffee. Of course, we know it takes a couple of minutes to get into a game, so we'll just watch. Oh, look at that, a pair of threes on the flop. A pair of threes on the flop. What do we got? Not going to get into the players right now. We'll do that during the time being. I'm just looking something up while we're watching. There's a jack. Lots of black cards on that table, but doesn't look like anybody's going to pull a flush. Well, somebody with two spades has a flush. I'll get out of our way here. All right, so what do we got? Two pairs. Jacks and threes. Okay, I think we'll be in on this hand. Here we go, folks. We've got 6-3 suited on the flop. So we'll check that. I always like to have suited cards, especially when you've got the possible flush. And we still got the flush here from the flop. Okay, well, we'll check on that. Maybe the turn brings up another diamond card. Nope. And look at that possible flushing for somebody, possible royal flushing, if I'm really talking out loud. We're going to go ahead and fold this hand, my friends. No reason in throwing money. Chips. Throwing away chips. But let's watch. Somebody's got to have a... Oh, look, somebody's got a flush. I think I smell flush on this table. Who's it going to be? Ricardo? Oh, look at all those clubs. Wow. AA. Very nicely done. Here we go. By the way, 3.75 million. Again, we got a couple of cards in succession. Diamonds. So we've got a 4-5 suited. We'll stay in. I always like to stay in when I got suited cards. Some people say don't, but good things happen too. So that doesn't bode well for us. 9, queen, king of spades. So I'm going to go ahead and fold out of this hand if it's all right with the rest of you, because I don't see anything happening for us here. Doubtful 2 more 4s are going to spill out of that dealer's hands. Yeah, okay, so far good fold. Somebody with a jack has a straight. And somebody with 2 spades, of course, has a flush right now. Let's see where we end up with this one. It's going to be Sang. All right. Well, there's a pair of queens on the table. I call this a good fold, as you know, those who watch this channel. I call that a good fold. So again, I'm going to hold on to the chips that I have here for you all so we can learn something. And if you learned anything just now, that's a good fold. Okay, here we go. 7 queen unsuited, not great cards, but worth looking at the flop, right? So if nobody raises, we'll go ahead and check. It doesn't cost us anything. And since we're the big blind, we're already in 60K. Pair of 7s, not bad. We'll check a pair of 7s. Some of you may have noticed we have a claim, which I'll get to in a second. Remember, I told you I didn't want to be playing the claim game with you. I wanted to learn about poker. So we're going to go ahead and call this. So look at us. We got some cards here, but it's not going to help us. The only thing that's really going to help us is another queen or another ace or a seven. Nothing else is really going to help us. There's no straighting for us. Missing a jack, and then we're also missing a 10. And again, just my streaming consciousness as I watch the game unfold. Every hand unfolds a little differently. Sang, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sang? It's a nice suit you got on, though, bud. Nothing going on there. I'll go ahead and, since I'm bored, I'm just going to grab our claim. Quest 2 is, we got to bet 24 million in chips. We'll get to that. We'll take our card. What do you guys think? Do you think that was a good fold, what I just did? Because I didn't stay in the game. I think it was a good fold because look at that. I don't think a pair of sevens is going to be good enough. Look at that. Pair of aces. Dodged a bullet. Dodged a bullet. Like Matrix. Okay, 6-9. Seems to be a trend here, as there often is when we're playing together. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already got the 30K out there because you'll notice I'm the small. I'm the small. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm in for 210. I like a 6-9 suited because who's not going to love a 7-8 on the flop or a 7-8-10 on the flop or any combination. So Jack Queen 2 doesn't help us. So I'll check. Not having a good run, my friends. This is what happens in poker. We may just end up playing the next few hands together, and I may say it's time to leave this table. Now, there's a bet out there from Money, G Money, and there's a raise. I'm going to fold. I don't see anything happening for us today on this hand. So G Money came in 570. Looks like Dead Flames raised it up a couple million. There's another spade a little too late, and 6, 7, 8, 9 would never get it done for us. So a pair goes to G Money, and it looks like one pair goes to Dead Flames. Here we go. King 8, not suited, but I like my kings, and I know you like your kings too. You don't like them sitting in the White House. I get it. All right, I'm with you on that. Sorry, it's the only political thing I'll say ever. No kings. Okay, here we go. Me kings. I'll take the kings. All right, let's see. What do you got, Saying? You going to drop out of here? Okay. 1.14 million to stay in. No hesitation with a king. At least what I like to say is get me to the flop. Take me to the flop, but maybe I don't go the turn. Or I don't go the river, but I always want to get to the flop, especially when I got a king, especially when I got suited cards. On World Series of Poker, I caution you all the chips I have are free. I'm going to go all in just for all of you because I got a king 8, just to stay in and see what happens. Now I have a pair. I have a pair of kings, and I'm on autopilot, so I'm just going to watch with you guys. There's a 4. What am I going to, is a pair of kings going to do it? Maybe not. We're going to find out. 24 million pounds. Oh, 2 pair. What can I tell you? It was fun though, right? All right. So Tipsy, Tin Tricks just won 20 million in chips, and Sydney won 1.46 million, and we lost, but that was fun. All right, now, since we haven't really folded a hand or not, I know we folded out of a couple hands, but we haven't folded on a 2 card. We're going to go ahead and fold because I'm not going to go all in on a 3-10. All right, so it's coffee time. We'll talk about what's going on here. And what's always fun is to talk about what we see. So let's see, Tipsy. Tipsy's worth about $1 billion. Let's see. Louis worth 51 million. Sydney's worth 35 million. Ricardo Espagnole, 21 million. Okay, here come the cards. Up 10-2 suited, we'll stay in for that. AA's worth 12 million. G Money, 22 million. Dead Flames, 78 million. Pair 10, we got 2 pair. Okay, folks, just because we've been getting stomped for this last session, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make a nice bet right here because we got about a 35% chance of getting to a full boat. So you want to stay in this game, you're going to have to bet 2.2 million because Drummer Dog am serious. Let's see who stays in. Let's see who stays in. AA is in. Dead Flames is in, and let's see, Sang, Two pair. We still got the two pair? Still got the two pair. All right, come on. We want one more nice card. Come on, give us a 10. Come on. We're going to go all in. Of course we're going to go all in. You can't scare us. Oh, Dead Flames. Yay for you. Okay. Guess you can't scare us. Ace 5 suited. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Let's just lay low with our Ace 5 suited, okay? Because if 3 diamonds come out on the flop, we're an automatic, pretty much. So we're just going to lay low. We're going to call. We've already gotten our butts beat a couple of hands today, but I don't care because I got a slush fund with billions of chips. I promise you at this table, I'm for sure the person with the most chips, 5 billion, 20 million. Pair of kings, basically with an ace, that pair of kings is ours, but anybody else with an ace and anything higher than a 5, that's theirs too. We'll stay in as the pot builds. Yeah. 1.62 million, tipsy, tick-nick, whatever your name is, we'll stay in. I got lots of chips to lose or win, I don't care. All in? All in? Who's going all in? Louie? Okay, Louie, you have fun with your all in. Let's see what happens with Louie. Louie's got the ace-7. Oh, okay, so dodging a bullet. Everybody wins. This is a nice thing because everybody who was in on this board actually got a 2 pair, so that's good. There's a bonus waiting for me, even though I folded. All right, 2-3, that's a fold. Let's go see what kind of bonus they gave us while we're folded. 337,000 chips for doing nothing except being part of a table that nobody did better than a 2 pair. It's looking like another good fold, right, my friends? Looking like another good fold. Okay, I'm going to play a few more hands for you today. I know we haven't racked up a lot of chip wins today, but you know what? You're learning, and that's all that matters. I got lots of chips to lose. There's a pair of 2s if we were still in the game, but that doesn't matter. So, again, I think that's a good fold. To me, that's a really good fold. What do you guys think? I thought so. So we're just going to play another couple hands, and then we're going to say good night for tonight. And remember, always hit the subscribe. And if you want to write to me, you can write to me through the channel. I answer everything. You can put comments down. I answer them all. So, oh, okay, we got a jack. I don't like J6ers. Sorry, I said something political, but I'm going to go with because it's suited. Got a J6 suit. Sometimes it's good, but I guess you guys understand the connotation. What do we got? We got 6, 7, 9, jack, queen. Should we stay in? Let's see how big the raise is from. Oh, we're up 480, are we? You know what? Whatever. We're going to stay in because we're kind of due, right? Don't ever think that way, please. Look at this. 6, 7, 8, 9, jack, queen. Need a 10, my friends. We need that 10. There's no 10, but we've got a pair of jacks, which doesn't really help us, but we're going to stay in with a check. Sometimes a pair of jacks won us 2.5 million, so maybe the trend is changing. Again, every time you have a nice big win like that, you get to see the whole hand, always make sure you give the dealer a tip. Of course, my tip jar must be empty because I can't tip the dealer. You can't see I'm tapping on the screen. Trying to tip her. She won't let me. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, maybe it'll release next time. It's very strange how sometimes it doesn't let you do certain things. I'm going to go ahead and call the 2 million. I've got an ace-9. I know it's not suited, but I like my ace. Still got the high card. And I do like the fact that there's a jack-queen there. Again, a 10 is very helpful. And there's a pair of aces, which is also very nice for me. So let's just go all in with this pair of aces because, again, it hasn't been a great day. And sometimes you just got to take a chance when it doesn't cost you anything. You got nothing to lose. You got everything to win. That's how I think about it. So we got one more card here. So here comes the river. And the river gives me 2 pair. Look at that. We split it 9.8 million each because I took a chance. That should also be a lesson for you. It's okay to take a chance. I wouldn't follow my gut too much, but after you study all the cards and how many of them you are, and You can see there's already 9 people at the table, which is a full boat. Not to be confused with 3 of a kind and 2 of a kind in the same hand, also full boat, but you know what I mean. A full table. It's very important to be able to understand what cards are available. So right now, you'll notice that I don't have much of a hand, but if another 10 comes or a jack comes, that's not bad. But now I don't have much of a hand. A 10 is all that helps me, or perhaps another king. So there it is. 10 jack queen king is not enough to pull it off. So if I have the high card at the king, that'd be great, but I don't think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I have a pair of 10s, but I'm going to fold because I don't think a pair of 10s can beat whatever was there. That's a showdown. I got out before the showdown. Now I've got a pair of 5s. Now, a lot of people would immediately throw a big raise out there, but I'm not gonna, okay? I'm gonna lay low. I'm the small blind. I've already got my 30K on the table. So I'm just gonna call whatever comes around. Now it's coming around at 90, so it's gonna add 90 from my side. I'm in for 120. And I got a pair of 5s. Charles, what are you in for with your... Charles folds. Louis, what are you in for? Louis in for the 120. And there's a pair of 7s and a pair of 5s. Now I am going to bet because I think anybody who's staying in the game ought to put some, chips in, have some skin in the game, as they say. So as we come around to the turn, I'm looking good with 5s and 7s. Of course, I've got about a 37% chance of hitting another 7 or another 5, which gives me a full boat. 4.62 million. You know what? We're just going to call it. I don't like folding 2 pair. And I think somebody's just trying to scare me. And there's my full boat. And look at that. There's a full boat before we're even all the way in. So you know what? Yes, you want to go all in? Let's see. So let's go all in. Let's see what somebody's got on their mind, because I think this is my hand. We'll see what happens. Full house. 7s and 2s beats me. Wow. Ouchie. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It has not been a good session, my friends. I apologize for that, but they can't all go our way. You see that we're going to leave with less chips than we came in with, but we'll still be in the 5 billion range. I think we're going to be okay. Looks like we got another claim. As people are snoozing around the table, let's see what we got. We got to win 15 million in chips. Well, the way things are going, that's not very easy to do. But we do have another 2 pair here. So what do you say we go all in on this next round of betting? Because we could hit that amount in one hand. So you know what? I'm really kind of annoyed with some of these people. So here we go. I'm going to go in big. I got 9s and 6s. I got a chance of hitting a full boat. Let's see who's got any guts. They're all going to fold. They're all going to fold. What a bunch of sissies. Now, I still want to tip this dealer, but it won't work. It's almost like it's grayed out. So maybe I've out-tipped myself or something. I don't know. All right. I got Jack 2 suited. We're going to see what happens. I'm not going to play many more hands. It's been a beating today, so it is time to get out. But we did handle 2 quests. Again, watch a previous episode. Talk about quests. That's kings and jacks. So again, we got 2 pair, but it's very high this time. I think I want to call this a value hand for us. So just for kicks and grins, we're going to make a nice medium bet of 840,000. Hopefully that'll keep some of these players in. That's 1. Sydney's in. Let's see if AA is in. AA is in. And so some people have dropped out. I see a lot of red on this table. I'm going to bounce again around the 1 million because I'm not going to play around with these people right now. Let's see. We still got the 2 pair. We got jacks and kings, and we got jacks and 10s, and there's kings and kings, and let's see what we got. All right. That's a very nice thing, and we made a nice little bonus of about 1.5 million chips. So get to the bonuses in a second. So while we've got a little momentum, we'll continue to play until we get, junked out. So 5, 7 suited, we'll go ahead and call while people are snoozing, coming around. I'm going to go collect our bonuses. We've got 1.6 million in bonus. And what do we got here? We got, okay, so almost 2 million in bonuses. There's a 5, 6, 7, 9. Look at that. That's a nice little run. The magic 8, if we pull the A inside straight on we pull the inside straight on the river here, that's a really nice piece of business. But we didn't, and we end up with nothing. So that's why it's good to just check. Pulling an 8 out of the hat, it's really quite unusual. Or anything on an inside straight. That happens less than pairing up or tripping up for sure. Let's see, we got a 5-9. So 6, 7, 8 on the flop gives us the straight, but obviously our luck has run out. So I'm going to play one last hand just for kicks and grins, and then I'm going to step aside. And again, hit that subscribe button, please. All right, so look at all the clubs. We've got possible flushing. A 9's not a very high card, but we're going to check all the way around and see what happens. Anybody who's got 2 clubs right now is sitting in flush town. There's a pair of queens, which means nothing to us. So, one more card, and usually if the river is kind to us, it'll bring us another club and we'll be in contention. But do you think we should spend the $3.5 million? I'm not. And if a club comes, it's maybe a bad fold until somebody reveals something bigger, unless it happens before showdown. So let's see what happens. Let's watch what happens. All right, great fold. Obviously, really great for us. We're going to get out before they deal more cards and take more money. We're in the lobby. Have you claimed your quest rewards yet? Let's see if there are any. Okay, we have been collecting our quest rewards. So we're now in the 3rd quest of the day, and that's to win 15 million chips, and we've won about 4.5 million of them. So we're done for the day. I got 1 spin, so let's spin, shall we? It's a free spin, as you see. Always be aware. Sometimes this thing will change to 100 million without you thinking about it, so be careful. I never hit that stop button. And nothing. But you can notice the last win that I had was 10 million, and that's free. 10,233,000 chips, so that's free. Anyways, thanks again for coming to Scott's Streaming Consciousness of Poker on the World Series of Poker. Today we leave with 5 billion. 5 billion. Oh, you know what? I'm silly, aren't I? Here, let me get out of here. Today we leave with 5 billion, 20,519,891. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Love your comments. Have a great weekend.